I am demoing a rotational press with a hip shift. So a lot going on with this exercise, creating stability through the lower half and mobility, strength, and power through the upper half. We can use a ball to help stabilize us or a band to make it harder, and we're gonna need a free weight. So, or something to give you a little bit of resistance. You're gonna set yourself up next to the wall. So this is gonna be my wall in this case. We wanna be sidelining. Now, if you have a history of neck issues or tightness or restriction, then you might wanna put a pillow or a yoga block or something here to keep your neck in neutral if just your hand isn't quite enough support. You're going to set yourself up so that your hips and knees are bent at about 90 degrees with your feet on the wall. So we want our feet flat on the wall and our hips and knees bent 90 degrees. We're gonna try to set ourselves up so our rib cage is in line with our pelvis. So we're stacking our rib cage back over top of our pelvis. Now the first step is taking a half step forward with our top foot. We're gonna dig our top heel, the heel on our top foot, into the wall to engage our hamstrings. So our heel's into the wall and we're imagining like we're drawing that heel back. And as we draw that, imagine like we're drawing that heel back, we're gonna allow that to pull our top hip over top of our bottom hip. So our bottom hip is gonna be going into a little bit of adduction and internal rotation because our pelvis is now pulling over top of our front hip. So we're keeping this knee forward over top of this knee. So the ball can help guide that a little bit and give you a little bit of support. So again, our top foot is gonna step forward a little bit, and then we're gonna use that top heel drawing into the wall to engage our hamstrings, and that's gonna pull our pelvis, the top side of our pelvis, over top of the bottom. So again, check in with your rib cage. Make sure we're not collapsing through here, so we're lifting our waist off the floor to be neutral through here. We're keeping our ribs over top of our pelvis, so we're not gonna let them dump forward here. And this is where the weight comes in. So we can hold here and just breathe, or we can add some rotation. So I can rotate, so I'm allowing the weight to pull my shoulder back without this moving and then coming back up. We can add another layer of difficulty and movement by bending that top elbow, allowing that weight to pull me into rotation as I take a big inhale here. And then as I exhale, I'm going to press up. So you'll notice my top knee doesn't move. One of the mistakes that's made is the top knee gets pulled with the weight. So now I've lost my hip shift and my stability through my lower half. So the top knee drives forward, so we're using that heel dragging against the wall to pull that top knee forward, so knee flexion, and then we're stabilizing through there. As we rotate, inhale, and then exhale, come up. I'm gonna show it from behind. Now we can take away our stability for a little bit more of a challenge. We're setting up, support for our head and neck, hips and knees bent at about 90 degrees. We're gonna make sure that our rib cage is stacked over top of our pelvis. My top leg is gonna take a half step forward. I'm drawing that top heel into the wall to shift my top half of my pelvis over top of the bottom half. Inhale as I rotate, keep that top knee driving forward, top heel digging into the wall. Exhale to come up. So what we're watching for is top knee sliding back, which is going to give you more range towards the floor. And then we're also watching for rib cage dumping forward and low back arching. So even there, I cheated a little bit. It's okay if you don't get all the way to the floor. That means that you're doing a good job stabilizing through here. If you're getting all the way here, then watch that you're not cheating through your hips. So this is a sideline hip shift with rotation and a press.